And as you feel it, you'll know it's true. They're here, are blessed and lucky. It's true. They're here, are touched by something that glow and bloom in you. These are days you remember, when May is rushing over you with desire to be part of the miracles you see in every hour. You know it's true. That you
Gentlemen, my name is Daniel Castlegrain and I'm Nicole's cousin. And with my siblings spent our childhood with Nicole and Olivia. We had a wonderful time together. Fair crack. We had a wonderful time together, but can I just say Nicole and myself were considered to be the most mischievous pair of all the grandchildren and constantly getting into trouble. Not forgetting Terry, of course. My first introduction to Terry was sharing the Begley's school bus to Warhope with cousins. Sorry, hang on. I've been practicing this for minutes. My first introduction to Terry was sharing the Begley school bus to Warhope with my cousins Alex and Philip. Friendships did not come at first, rather daily bouts of arguments and argy-bargy. 15 years later, we are celebrating his marriage to my little cousin, and as often as the way childhood enemies often become best of friends after 15 years later, we are celebrating the marriage to my little cousin, and as often as the way childhood enemies often become the best of friends, as my cousins Alex and Philip were honoured by Terry to be his groomsmen, with the great pleasure I have been asked to be the MC this evening. However, I was not the first choice of MC. The Master-elect, typical male style, read the invitation as the 3rd of March, not the 10th of March, and turned up from Brisbane a week early. So I have to make do in this little time for preparation, clearly. So please, do not be too harsh on my abilities. Regardless, I take up the challenge with great humility and honour. I will start with some housekeeping. You can find the toilets just out here to the left. And if you could all remain at your places until we introduce the bridal party, then shortly afterwards, the buffet dinner will commence. You will be instructed by the wait staff when you're ready to get your meal. So please remain seated until instruction. Page 2. Oh, hang on. For those who are wishing to kick on after the reception, a courtesy bus will be going into Port Macquarie, leaving at midnight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome on behalf. What? I welcome on your behalf and with a round of applause to the bridal party. Groomsman Philip Castlegrain. The bridesmaid Tani Woodham, accompanied by the groomsman Alex Castlegrain. The maid of honour, Olivia Cameron, accompanied by the best man James Snyder. Now, without further ado, can I announce the newlyweds have arrived? Please rise please rise to join me in a loud round of applause as we introduce the first time husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Knight. You can sit down now. As I mentioned. Just a quick note. On your way out, we're going to watch for the kangaroos. Apparently they're quite vicious around here. It's an inside joke which Caroline knows something about. Caroline, stand up. Caroline. Okay. So I want to invite the father of the bride.
Comedian. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to today's celebration for Nicole and Terry's wedding.
Up.
Is it on the left? Yeah, it's the highest, yeah.
No, the base.
The base? It's the base.
Just talk loud.
That's all right in here. Speak up.
Particularly those who have travelled long. No, Daniel's there. Those who have travelled a long distance. That's right. Travelled a long distances to come to the occasion, but especially for Virginia, Louis, Eglantine, and Guillaume. Sorry, Guillaume. From Vanuatu. Very much appreciated. Very kind gesture. Weddings normally, but this one creates a lot of work. So I really would like to thank, especially the bridal parties, David and Claire. Claire with the headpiece is beautiful. Friends and family and helping set up all this for tonight. It's come together really, really well, and we've had fantastic weather, so it's come beautifully to this. So I was really pleased when Nicole and Terry decided that they would get married. I saw this as a really good positive move for them, and it was for their next stage in their life. So I remember I was working away at the time up north, and we were doing some long hours, and I got a phone call from Anne-Marie and speaking to me, but with tears of joy on Nicole's new boyfriend, which was quite, we worked through that. But we've been able to get on, and no, actually, that sounded bad, but no. Over the years, it's been quite a number of years now that we've known Terry, so it's gone quite well. For Terry, because we know Nicole. But there's a few things. I've got to tell Terry that, no, I shouldn't tell, the note to Terry that you should have what we call the two worlds theory. And it keeps, I think, a marriage sane. That having your two worlds theory, you must have another world that keep together. And at all times you must keep your two worlds apart. I won't tell you her name, but she's a dear and close friend. Now, the other point, and I've been toing and throwing at this, it's been very difficult, but I've been undecided who to give this. It's a treasured gift, it's been handed down, who to give this to. It was generally to one gender, but I don't know. The cufflinks are optional and extra. But anyway, we can debate that later. I would like to wish Nicole and Terry all the very best wishes and our support in the next stage, what I call their stage in their life. So please join me in toasting the newlyweds, Nicole and Terry. Thank you.
Your speech was making me look good there for a while, Nick. And then you brought out the props.
Got to have a backup plan, Daniel.
Oh, Nick made it look heavier, sorry.
Okay. Keep for the schedule now. I don't want to read that anymore. Now it's time for the best man to give his spill on Terry.
Thanks for coming. It's already been a beautiful day. Everyone's having a ball. There's a lot of cameras there. Yeah, okay. What?
Talking in the mic.
You can hear me without it. Terry, everybody knows he's my brother, so I've known him for a fair while. Thanks very much for letting me be your best man, Tez. Probably could have got a public speaker or somebody that writes speeches, somebody decent, yes. Nick, you've got yourself a beautiful young guy there. Unlucky I'm a Schneider and straight. No, he's a good kid. He's loving, honest, loves his family. Now that you're part of it, you're going to get all that. So, good on you. I'm not crying. I'm trying to think of stuff to say. Crying will take up a bit of... No, didn't I? One little thing that springs to mind. I don't know if anybody's heard about what we did today. We had a little golfing incident. Terry, Tom, co-pilot, or I don't know who's the co-pilot is or whatever, but yeah. Somebody decides to plant their foot on the accelerator. Somebody decides to jump. Retaining wall. You can sort of figure it out. Golf cart, retaining wall, everything hit the fan. Nobody got hurt. Unbelievable. Yes. No worries. Don't thank us later, Nick. That's okay. I don't know. Come on. Yeah, everybody, you all look absolutely beautiful today. Absolute bridesmaids mainly. Groomsmen, you need a bit of work. Yeah, well, it goes without saying, doesn't it? Nick's family, Nick and Anne-Marie, thank you very much for the venue. It's absolutely beautiful. You couldn't get a more beautiful spot to have this. Sweet. The caterers, everyone, they're not there anymore, but thank you. Everything was beautiful. Love your work. I should have really bought my speech, but fail, massive fail. We'll get there. We'll get there. Mum, thank you very much for him. I reckon she's done a brilliant job with what she had to work with. Oh yeah, that's everything. Oh, love it, love it. Nicole, beautiful addition to the family, and Terry might be likewise. You never know. You never know. He'll grow on you. He grows on everyone. Anyway. It's going to be quick, I'm sorry, but I'd just like to say thank you all again for coming. Have an excellent night. Cheers. No drinking and driving tonight. I've done that enough for all of you. Never turns out well. Cars get bent and they stay bent. That's it. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night.